The mayor was talking. Gas was sitting to the right side back of the mayor.
Nung lumipad po yung Quitis kasi meeting the advancing.
Big bang.
Pinagbabaril kami kay Kaplaza.
He hit two people before he hit the mayor. My son and another guy, another councilor.
Tinamaan po si Mayor Wally Ferrer sa tiyan. Ako po, tinamaan po ako 3 beses. 2 beses sa braso, may tama rin po ako sa ulo.
Takbo agad ako stage. Kasi nakita ko bumaka sa kapatid ko. Kinarga ko siya, dinala ko sa hospital, tapos
Pinasok ako sa x-ray room. Sabi ng mga doktor, oh, 120 or 80, buhay na buhay ito. Wala tayong makitang bala. Walang tinamaan na major organ. Napakaswerte mo. 45 na bala ang tumama sa'yo. Pero ikaw ay maayos, may misyon ka pa sa lungsod ng Parañaque. Napakaswerte mo. Fulfill that mission because God gave you a second decent life. It was a happy childhood. Malaki kaming pamilya. Every 11 months, may dumating na baby.
Kasi sunod-sunod sila eh.
Nakatira na kami sa isang kwarto sa Rojas Boulevard. At ito yung bahay ng aking lola, ang dating reyna ng pelikulang Tagalog na si Mila Del Sol.
Since he's the eldest, siya ang sunod na sunod sa amin. He was the one really closest to us. He was the most disciplined. He took after me.
Yes, my father was and is, until now, my great influencer. He was a hardworking person. He was innovative and also supported by my mother who knew how to work.
we grew up not on golden spoon, but my parents really had to earn everything para paararin lahat po kami.
We're not rich, but we had enough food on the table.
Basically, kami yung kasunod na lalaki. We love playing basketball. We bike around.
When we were growing up, he was full of sports, full of life in dancing. He loves dancing.
Nung ako'y nasa grade 4, nagbibenta po ako ng mga comics sa candy sa ng gate namin sa mga bata. Tapos nung naging grade 5 ako, ginawa po akong janitor sa Bureau of Immigration ng aking ama.
Nung bata siya, we were all starting a business. We put up a janitorial service.
I have always implanted in their heads that you cannot be right away the big boss unless you learn the trade. Okay, you had to learn to be a janitor first.
Every summer, ako'y naging janitor. As a janitor, I would clean the bathroom. I would clean the tables of the assigned area, and I would polish the lobby floors. At during the time, hindi po ako nahiya. Dahil naniwala po ako sa dignidad ng trabaho. Na doon ko rin na intindihan ang buhay ng isang janitor. Hindi dapat ikahiya ang isang trabahong marangal. Kumakain ako katabi nila sa bodega. At kumakain din ako minsan sa mga turo-turo. Kaya yan ang nakasanayan ko na hanggang sa aking paglaki ay paborito ko na ang pagpunta sa mga turo-turo.
We just keep telling him that we're here for a reason that the Lord placed us. Number 1. 2, remember to be makatao. And 3, always learn to serve and serve and serve the other guy. I think totality is makatao ka. That's what we taught him up to now.
Unang-una nag-medtech po ako. At hindi lang ako natapos kasi nahihilo ko sa amoy ng formalin. At so nag-shift po ako to marketing management. Kaya naman po yun ang kinuha ko dahil yun ay bagay sa aming negosyo. During that time, we were producers of a famous game show, Spin a Win. Which was produced by my aunt, Jean Yang. And she was also the host during the time. Umaga, nasa advertising agencies na ako until as 4 kung saan kailangan na ako pumasok sa eskwela. And pag Sunday, nasa Spinawin ako sa Channel 9 Broadcast City at tumutulong sa paghanda ng show. Nagsimula po akong PA, tapos eventually naging executive producer ako ng Spinawin.
There was this ad in the paper about this game show looking for production assistants. So I applied, and lo and behold, it was Spinawin. Actually, si Gus yung nakaupo sa table. Tinitingnan niya yung mga resumes. Then they talked to us. And then Lulay, Mila Del Sol, who was picking the PAs, came in and said, "Oh, join the prayer meeting." Ako naman, nakijoin ako ng prayer meeting. I was with a friend of mine. After we left, Lulay said, "Sino yung dalawang girls na yun?" "Bakit, Lulay? Aplikante." Tapos sabi ni Gus, "Marami na, kompleto." Tapos sabi niya, "Tanggalin niyo yung dalawa, pasok niyo yung dalawang yan." That's when I started for Spinawin as a production assistant.
And during that time, I was her boss. She was a production assistant. Then nung nagsara ang Spinawin, she moved to ABS-CBN. At nung nagsimula, sabi ko, sige, ligawan ko na lang siya. Dahil alam ko, gusto naman niya taging katawan.
Si Kong Gus hindi nanliligaw yan. Hindi marunong manligaw. Araw-araw niya ako sinusundo, ah.
She was a top executive producer. Shows like Going Bananas, Nick and Carmi, Sharon Cuneta, Tawag at Tanghalan, Pep Talk. Those were her shows. Lagi ako bumibisita sa ABS. At doon nag-develop yung aming love story, a romance. Yun. And that's how we got closer.
Doon nag-umpisa. We were very best friends. Best friends. Until, all of a sudden, nag-I love you na. Oh, so doon na nag-umpisa. Nag-I love you na rin ako. Tapos, kami na yon.
Sinabi ko sa kanya, mamili ka. Career mo o katawan ko. Yun naman sinabi ko sa kanya.
It's really very sweet. No chocolates, no flowers, just time and sweetness.
I'm not the mushy type. Lagi ko siyang inalagaan, lagi ako concerned sa kanya. Sa totohanan lang, patay na patay rin siya sa akin. Kaya no choice din siya. Kailangan din niya ako mahalin.
Ganyan siya. Simple. Simpleng-simple.
I was only 23 years old. And hinikayat po ako ng dati po namin congressman na isang basketball superstar si Freddie Webb na pumasok sa politika. Ay hindi talaga ako 100% na gusto ko mag-fight. Nung ako yung dumating sa Comelec, it was around 10:30 ng gabi. Magsasara siya ng 12 o'clock. Sinabihan ako ni Atty. Teresita Suarez ng panahon na yan, "O Gus, kanina pa nandito yung iyong CONA, Certificate of Nomination and Acceptance, at ikaw na lang inaantay." So, nung fill up kami, eventually, sa dulo, sinabi niya, "Nasa ng BIR stamp mo?" Sabi ko, "Wala po akong dala." Eh, nung panahon na yun, 10:30, sarado na po ang bilihan ng stamp. So, nung sinabi niya, hindi ako mag-qualify, nagpaalam po ako sa kanya. Masayang-masaya ako na nagpaalam. Sabi ko, "Ay, ganun ba ho? Sige, uuwi na po ako." Pero nakita niya, masaya ako. Nung ako'y palabas ng pinto, tinawag niya po ulit ako. At sabi niya, "Gus, balik ka rito." Dahil meron siyang kinuhang stamp sa sahig. At kinabit niya at sabi niya, "Congratulations, qualified ka na, tumakbo." At syempre, hindi ko mo sinabing ayoko rin tumakbo. Di ba? Eh, yun ang tinatawag kong destiny. This was the first local election after martial law. At ako po ang pinakabatang kandidato ng panahon na yan. Ay maraming hindi maniwalang mananalo po ko. Kasi wala naman pong tambunting sa politika. Ang naging kalaban ko po ng panahon na yan, mga naging katunggali ko, yung mga dating sikat na mga politiko dito sa Parañaque. During the meeting, the advance of Mayor Wally Ferrer,
The mayor was talking. Gus was sitting to the right side back of the mayor.
nung lumipad po yung Quitis, kasi meeting the advance,
A big bang.
pinagbabaril kami kay Kaplato.
He hit two people before he hit the mayor. my son and another guy, another counselor.
Tinamaan po si Mayor Wally Ferrer sa tiyan. Ako po, tinamaan po ako 3 beses. 2 beses sa braso, may tama rin po ako sa ulo.
Takbo agad ako stage. Kasi nakita ko bumaka sa kapatid ko. And I was worried, baka tinamaan yung ulo niya o yung chest niya. Kinarga ko siya, dinala ko sa hospital.
Immediately, for whatever reason, I said, "Oh, Mama Mary, where are you? Here is my son who was just hurt and all that." Mama Mary really came in. There were 2 nuns who was carrying Mama Mary in. Imagine that. It's just like Mama Mary heard me.
Pinasok ako sa x-ray room. Sabi ng mga doktor, "Oh, 120 or 80, buhay na buhay ito. Wala tayong makitang bala. Walang tinamaan na major organ. Napakaswerte yung bata naman to," sabi nung doktor, tsaka yung mga nurse. Pero hindi na alam kung anong caliber. Nung palabas ako ng operating room, sabi ko, "Doc, mabigat yung left finger ko." Sabi niya, "Hindi, collateral damage, hindi po mabigat." Nung pinasok ko yung daliri ko sa x-ray machine, doon nakita. Sabi ng doktor, "Uy, nandito pa rin bala." At the next day, ang gumising po sa akin is no less than the President of the Republic of the Philippines, then President Cory Aquino. At sabi pa niya sa akin, "Gas, napakaswerte mo. 3.45 na bala ang tumama sa'yo. Pero ikaw ay maayos at yung tama mo sa ulo, which is the same entry point of Ninoy Aquino, ay ang trajectory was different. Maski na ulit-ulitin natin yan 10,000 times," sabi ng doktor, "hindi ganyan ang mangyayari. May mission ka pa sa lungsod ng Parañaque. Napakaswerte mo. Fulfill that mission because God gave you a second decent life." So that changed my perspective, no? Na eventually, na-realize ko rin na tunay na may rason na pumika pa. Kaya sabi ko, I would like to live that journey that was set for me. And if public service is that journey, then I'm willing to fulfill my obligation to ride that journey and to be able to go through that journey. Taawa ng Diyos ay ako po'y nanalo, pinakabatang konsehal sa kasaysayan ng lungsod ng Parañaque sa edad na 23 anyos.
At that time, sinabi ko sa kanya, "I will not marry a politician." Pinag-awayan namin, akala ko wala na eh. So I had no choice. I chose him. I chose the life that I would live with him. So I had to choose what he loves. And he loves the city of Parañaque. That's our life now.
Being a public servant is not his career. He just loves the people of Parañaque, and I think it's a calling.
We have been sharing him with the city for all our lives. As a public servant, he's very dedicated.
One of the most important values na I think my dad taught me was how to treat people. Whatever walk of life, whatever background someone comes from, he always treat them with respect. He always treat them with grace.
Hindi siya namimili. Kung sino lumapit sa kanya, tutulungan niya.
Actually, yung first impression ko sa kanya, walang pinagkaiba sa pagkakakilala ko sa kanya ngayon. Hanggang ngayon, very down to earth pa rin siya.
Very simple.
Walang bodyguard yan. Walang driver yan. Pupunta sa event yan, mag-isa lang. Walang advance party. Di ba?
Minsan nga, nung pumunta ako sa Congress, pinagkamalan pa akong bodyguard ng security guard. Dahil ako nagmamaneho ng sarili kong pick-up. I don't want to get used to the glory and pomp of this business. Ayoko masanay na may mga bodyguard, may mga driver.
He's selfless. Every time na I see his schedule, one can think you barely have time for yourself. But the mere fact that he always makes time for his family, I try to emulate that as well.
Sunday is sacred. Sunday is time for his children and me. There must be a lunch or a dinner.
Sundays would always be for family.
My dad always made an emphasis to be present. Kahit sobrang busy siya.
I never missed a school activity of my children. I made sure, even if I was out of town, I was in Cebu, I would always make sure that I would be in a school activity, a recital of my children, a school activity of the kids, a father and son outing. I never missed any of that.
My dad is a very malambing father. Pinaramdam niya sa akin, because you're the only girl, you have to be strong and independent. We would bike together, we would go outdoors kahit lakad lang.
I remember there was a time that we were all together on a Sunday brunch, and then there was a big fire in Parañaque that he had to leave in a flash. Like, he would go and be a public servant. However, I also see him like date his kids, his children. Not only his children, even my husband. Like how good of a brother he is.
One value that he has always instilled in me definitely is being God-loving and God-fearing. I grew up with parents who always brought me to church and who have shown by example how it is to live a Christian life.
You know, despite his busy schedule, he goes to Mass every day. And when we travel, he's always praying the rosary. We're very blessed eh. So we have to pray for others as well. And if God will give us blessings, we have to share them with others. And kasi that's what my parents taught us.
I hope that I also am able to teach it to my future children, no? Yung faith in God, na kahit anong mangyari, God is with us. Growing up, we were always with Him. We were with Him as He served the public. We also learned the values through seeing Him, through witnessing all that He has done.
Among the kids, again, 6 of them, he is the one that up to now, every day is a funny moment. We can pick up any subject and look at the funny side.
Si Dad, he's always been known as funny, even in his political speeches.
Very spontaneous kasi si Kuya. You know, obviously he could be very serious. A lot of people think he's serious, but behind the camera, he's very simple. He's like any other Kuya. He cracks jokes.
He's trying to be funny, and I'm very mababaw, so we easily hit it, I guess.
Definitely, he laughs a lot. Siya naman kasi, he just makes sure that everything is light.
I would like a city that is responsive, that is working for the residents of the city. A lot of improvement has been made, and it is our job to make sure that Parañaque will always have good leaders. Yan ang panaginip ni Gaston Ponte. Well, yung ginawa ho naming batas, yung 4Ps, importante po sa akin yan. Yung maternity leave na from 90 days naging 105 days. I'm proud of that. That particular bill, that particular law. Of course, yung tulong sa ating mga kababayan, magkaroon ng mas maraming trabaho sa ating bansa. Yung mga bills that would open up our economy and make sure that we become more progressive. Kasi pag progressive yung bansa, mas maraming makikinabang, mas maraming trabaho sa ating bansa. Siyempre, yung programa po natin para po sa kalikasan at para sa mga magsasaka. Dahil po yung ating mga magsasaka, sila po nagpapakain sa atin, pero sila naman ay nagugutom. Gusto ko maalala ng mga residente ng Parañaque, isang taong naglingkod ng maayos, isang simpleng public servant.
Ako po si Roda Insina. Nag-work po ako kay Sir Gas almost mag-18 years po. Proud ako kay Congas dahil nakitaan ko po talaga ang kanyang pagserbisyo sa Parañaque. At saka napakabuti niyang pumunta. Hindi lang po sa aming mga empleyado, hindi lang po sa anak at sa pamilya. Talaga makikita mo po yung pagiging proud mo sa kanya bilang public servant.
Malaking pasasalamat ko po kay Sir Kong, pati po sa pamilya niya. Napag-aral po nila ang 2 anak kong babae sa Marymount. Kaya laking pasasalamat ko po na yun po ang natutulong nila sa akin.
Si Congas, ma'am, simulat sa pool po yan na tumakbo na bilang congressman. Simpleng tao lang po siya, ma'am. Napakabait, matulungin sa kapwa. Napakababang tao lang po, madaling lapitan. Maraming salamat, Sir Congas. Sana po ipagpatuloy nyo po ang nasimulan nyo. At marami po sana kayong matulungan.
He is a very good leader sa amin dito sa organisasyon namin. At saka ang support binibigay niya sa amin. He's a very good boss.
Proud ako sa tatay ko kasi mahal niya ang Parañaque, mahal niya ang aming pamilya, binigay niya ang kanyang buong buhay sa paglilingkod.
And we are always proud of him and we will fight with him no matter what.
If not politics, service is always something na has been instilled into us.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtiwala sa akin. Walang gastang bunting sa politika kung wala po kayo sa buhay ko. Maraming salamat sa aking mga kababayan sa lungsod ng Parañaque.